frosty snowmen, stalwarts and new kids of the New London block, and welcome to the next trust fund building, expeditiously expedient, and child murdering episode of FROSTPUNK 2. Last time we left off, I was continuing on my usual duties and responsibilities of steward after an intense council voting of confidence session with my normative and primary Frostlander and New Londoner stakeholders, to whom I directly benefit from for the uplift of my reputation prowess and also the thriving survival of the city. In the first order of side business, I immediately opened up a state-owned joint lumber mill division and researched on a new untreated sawmill that will ground chuck the frozen stiff wood into molding planks and profiles to deal with the material stockpiles that were rapidly chipping away at the wooden seams. After I mitigated the short wood shortage and discussed about the role of NGO factions to my shareholders, I expanded my state industrial goods manufacturing factory to increase my mercantile inventory before redistributing the consumer items to the populace and establish a market economy.
And then
Levying a sales tax to collect enough feedstocks to invest into the New Londoners' engineering projects. However, in order to achieve those objectives, I had to lay off a few hundred currently working employees and had them reassigned to construct and operate it at the new lumber mill projects, all while ensuring there is no compromise over the coal extraction industries required to upkeep with the growing public utility heating demands of the growing city. Moreover, due to the low trust among my stakeholders, I had to promise both the Frostlanders and the New Londoners stakeholders that they can implement whatever laws they deem fit to satisfy the haunting zeitgeist looming over our city, starting with developing auxiliary teams that will assist Frostlanders in new expeditions into the vast frozen balls freezing desert,
much to the fear
of those so-called stalwarts
who
cannot even stand a slight chill to their brittle spines and cold feet, and later machine-centric ships that will rely heavily on automatons to do most of the extraction and manufacturing process, thereby cutting down the need for human labor, but also at the cost of increasing squalor due to more frequent breakdowns of overworking machinery requiring constant and after-work repairs and maintenance. In the meantime, after the coal mine projects were fully developed, the societal stakeholders at large were beginning to express concerns over the lack of common laws surrounding the city, but also fears of the coal reserves running out again. Thus, as the next order of business, I set up plans to fund and construct new logistical districts with way station headquarters to initiate New London's first international trade expeditions after 30 years of isolationism from the rest of the frozen world. Well, aside from the Outpost 11's allied Frostland settlements, upon completion of the logistical districts, the Frostlander team and the auxiliary support teams were sent off to explore the whiteout foothills in search for coal, steam cores, prefabs, and if we're lucky, new immigrant workers to replace our deceased overworked human capital. As an initiative side project to keep our coal train from hitting a brick wall, the Frostlanders proposed an alternative energy cost-saving solution to cutting down their home heating bills, and suggested that we can construct heat pumps that can redirect the wasted energy into the residential housing districts, thereby cutting down on the coal fuel usage of the generator.
just as I
But I had most of the city under control, and my stakeholders having barely adequate tolerance and confidence over my stewardship, a sudden gangster war between the Ferguson boys and the Feral Children broke out in the Central District after the Feral Children literally made their mark by giving a close shave to a noble girl who was assigned babysitting and tutoring governess by her hard-working father. Based on what I read from the New London Times, the young street urchins were armed with shaving razor blades, cricket bats, stone bricks, icicle picks, and other lethal urban implements. After a long bout of head bashing, throat cutting, teeth knocking, and titty twisting, the streets transformed from a peaceful public space to a bloody child soldiers' war zone full of dead orphans, wet fussy match girls, and festering hood rats. With the city now overtaken and deemed unsafe, even in adult standards, by God forbids, prickly street urchins, chauvinistic chaz, cloak and dagger hoodmen, and worst of all, child murderers. A new mandatory schooling law was needed to keep the brats away from a life of gangbang with the duchesses and hobos, and thus will be enacted as soon as the council has finished its recess. However, due to a mix-in council scheduling and a multiple backlogs of proposals, the New Londoners also decided to postpone their draft for a new machine-centric shift law and put it to meet a grander agenda in the next council meeting, thereby adding more complexity in the political dilemma as I had to choose between supporting the stalwarts in constructing a new public reform school or promising new Londoners their voice in the public opinion. There's so much variety of attitudes in society expressing different opinions, proposals, and ideas about how New London should proceed. I think it is best to discuss on how their perspectives should be categorized in 3 different levels: macro level, meso level, and micro level. Let's start with the macro level first, before we can continue on with the city objective. Macro level attitudes usually covers a broad spectrum system of social dynamics across nations, economies, and legal systems. These common macro levels include the geopolitical environment.
Back before the Great Frost era took over the whole entire planet, competition for resources used to exist among other competitive European empires.
However, when the resources became scarce and hard to come by during the initial stages of reviving the civilization after the Great Frost, the whole socio-political and economic situation has changed drastically. Suddenly, there was a decrease in dominance over international trade and colonial powers during the Great Frost, and a rise in totalitarianism and fundamentalism in some isolated cities after the Great Frost. Since then, social, ethical, and political challenges have been faced by surviving generator cities due to minimal communications, massive geological barriers of snowy desert landscapes, and, of course, isolationism. Then there is the government. Isolated authoritarian/theocratic regimes, or democratic regimes in some societies,
are
always
always
involved in societal unions through laws, policies, decrees, subsidiaries, and infrastructure operations. Then there is the economic cycle. It is very natural in the free market systems, but is less prominent in more centralized command economies of state-owned enterprises like New London. Unnatural and extreme weather fluctuations may correlate with economies, as some industries like hothouse croplands and goods manufacturing are dependent on environmental conditions, such as the Great Storm. And of course, society always abhors an instabilities in the economy, especially when it comes to their rations and their heat stats. Of course, there's also standards of living, which can be dependent on economic growth, productivity, and labor conditions. As we all know, homelessness, squalor, sickness, lack of heating and insulation, and unsafe working conditions can lead to unhealthy and dying citizens, which in turn leads to high tensions plus low trust. Thus, there's always room for improvements on living standards. Improvements can help increase positive attitudes towards the government. Then there is resource allocation/scarcity, which is highly prominent in this post-apocalyptic wasteland here. Ancient cities initially focused on majority of their citizens gathering food resources, such as hunting Arctic animals and fishing boats, as they established new settlements around the generators. As emerging cities transitioned from hunting gathering into hothouse farming, more of the labor force focused more on gathering wood, coal, and iron for improving and in developing new city infrastructure. Now, some corporate advocates, well, those analysts are still alive anyway, may lobby governments to start allowing privatization of businesses to improve resource allocation to citizens, as they are dependent on market forces. And government surveillance. As always, every time you enact security in order to tackle the crime, there's always going to be challenges from privacy rights and overreaching surveillance by either the stalwarts or the faith keepers, depending on which pathway you take. And finally, but not least, technological innovation shift. Labor-saving automatons, mechanized manufacturing, and analytical and mechanical computers have revolutionized the way the economy works by replacing human labor in unsatisfactory and dangerous jobs, making better predictions of macroeconomic trends and boosting rates of research and development. However, each technological progress may require retraining the alienated veteran laborers and the new generation into working in tandem with industrial automatons and machinery, as such with the machine-centric shift proposed by the New Londoners. Now, there's always going to be
ethical issues
when it comes to working with automatons, whether it's in the fantasy steampunk world or in the real world where they're being overtaken by much more advanced artificial intelligence. Now, these ethical issues that we'll encounter will be encoding complex fail-safe mechanisms that can avoid dangerous human errors, such as preventing them from accidentally stomping on a random citizen on the street. Social impacts of replacing the poor working class with industrial machinery. Economic impact of employing automatons, there are threats to job loss. loss of ration/heat stamp pay, and terrible working conditions, like the dust coal mines. Focusing on creating new jobs and training to prevent talent loss, such as engineer apprenticeships, and of course, mandatory schooling. Passing new laws that can hold owners, or stewards like me, of automatons accountable for any work accidents, and ensuring judgment will benefit the humans affected. And then there's creating a council of various factions from different classes to come up with appropriate solutions, preventing sabotage of automatons from criminal activities, especially by those very suspicious Frostlanders. And finally but not least, there should be new laws to improve conditions for humans in automaton-dominated workplaces, such as winter-centric shifts to reduce work-related diseases. But we already know that the Dreadnought ship has already sailed, so I guess it's time for me to continue on with my mission. But first, a huge gulp of coca line. Alright, so what we have to do now is to find the purpose of the Schoolhouse City and pass it along childhood category. Speaking of which, I should probably look into the camps. Oh, I can actually explore it all. So I wonder what the... Okay, there's no like law tree or anything right here. There's rules and society. No common rules.
Let's get ethical. I wanna get ethical. Let's get into ethics, yeah.
I knew we were gonna explore ethics. Right, FROSTPUNK, some that business ethics course really did come in handy. You know what? Maybe I should talk about ethics next year, if there is time. Hold on a second. Hang on, let me get my projector slides first. Come on, it's gotta be here somewhere. There it is. I'll just set that aside and save them for later. Alright, oh, everything's a lot silence now. No common rules, mass-produced goods. Durable goods, okay. And then there's unregulated workerships. Alright, guard enforcers, unsigned. Guide to good voting. Let's sign something about childhood. Family. No rules define who is responsible for care and education of children. Some are well cared for while others are neglected. This causes widespread delinquency and violence among the youth. Got a new generation. Crime is significantly increased. We need to find some new laws here. Oh, look at that child.
I just noticed that the keyboard layout on this typewriter uses a Kurz layout, which is most common in German keyboards because Z is the most commonly used letter in the German alphabet, thereby confirming there are remnants of foreign citizens who were formerly subjects of the first German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck, who oversaw the unification of Germany in the 1870s and was one of the first modern rulers to implement state social welfare policies, like work accident insurance and pensions, during the 1880s. This may explain how these socialist ideals were introduced into council law proposals as more and more Germans were slowly introducing and integrating New London with their socio-political ideas and culture.
Let's see, which one should we pick? There's family apprenticeship. All children must work alongside one of their relatives so they can learn their trade and continue their family tradition. Percentage of active workers is now increased. Mandatory schooling. To guarantee that all children have the skills and knowledge needed in the city, we will establish a mandatory school program supported by the city. Research fees is slightly increased. However, heat step's income per capita is now slightly decreased. Oh, yeah, because I have to provide public funding for mandatory schools here. Yeah, of course.
Also known as compulsory education in real life, this law would require all parents to send their children to public schools to receive government-approved curricula proposed by the Board of Education. Before the Great Frost, the United Kingdom had its first compulsory education law called the Elementary Education Act of 1870, which required all children aged 5 to 12 to attend state-funded schools. Those sick, working, or distant children were exempt from this mandate. In addition to educating the new generation on master skills required for future contributions back to society, free public schools also instilled human values, ethics and social communication skills into the young generation. As an extra bonus, any new immigrant outsiders who register and attend public schools under law will become easily more acquainted with their new home in New London and will familiarize and integrate themselves with their culture, politics, and societal rules more quickly compared to uneducated outsiders. However, since New London's education system is set only to prepare children for future careers in the industrial workplaces, compulsory education of the young generation may not always correlate with improved overall happiness and well-being, because some curricula may not provide children the life skills required to deal with actual post-apocalyptic situations outside of school, such as survival tips for living out in the frostland. Some parents may see mandated school as violations to personal freedoms of children and accuse the government of implementing schooling as a method of political control and indoctrination. Some schools, even in real life today, do not properly address personal and family issues faced by children outside of their educational schedule, such as bullying, mental stress, and social anxiety.
Okay. Well, this increases the number of workers. Okay, it's basically like child labor, but technically, it's not slavery. They're still getting paid. Well, only by their family members, okay? But there's no regulation of how it should be paid. Apprenticeship or schooling? Yeah, you know what? Maybe they should go into schooling. You know, in the last game, I passed the child shelters, and then later on, they transferred into apprenticeships. This is kind of like the upgraded equivalent of that. Mandatory schooling. Let's see, we got 79 heat stuff. Oh, 15 brewing, that's good. How long do I have to wait for the next council meeting? Double click on delegate to view the profile. Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait 7 weeks, alright. Alright, we're running on good service. Let's see. Maybe it's time we expand the districts, the extraction districts. Is there room? Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Check mark. Alright, what else should I expand? Oh, I don't have enough heat stats. Anyway, I can get some funding here. 8 weeks. 7 weeks. Yeah, there's not gonna be enough time. 1 week? Oh no, that's not good. Okay, you know what? So maybe I should hold like an emergency meeting since it's gonna be 1 week left over. So it's gonna destroy my trust. So might as well suck up a little bit more trust here. I'll make a promise. Yeah, let's do that. What should we do next? Promise to. Okay, I already done that part. Forage additives. Only natural forage ingredients may be added to the food. We will trade with the forage vendors in the frostlands. Citizens will provide some food during the calm weather. Ooh, okay. I like that one. Research silica foundry. Factory where silica sand is utilized to smelt iron ore into materials will limit heat's demand. 200 midfields output. Disease increase, but 20 heat demand is also increased. Yeah, let's just try forage additives. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, research on that right after this one. There's 8 weeks left. Okay, and then should I call an emergency meeting? Yeah, it sounds like a total emergency since like we got a bunch of dead kids on the street. So yeah, it makes perfect sense. We should call an emergency meeting. Hey, we got an emergency meeting, everybody! Right now. Okay, we gotta pass a new law. Okay, with the childhood failure. Mandatory pressure. Let's propose. Okay, let's see here. Uh-oh. Okay, I don't think I'll have enough votes, so. Can't negotiate too many
Promises.
Oh, no. Okay, maybe a little bit 50-50 here, so. Alright, let's vote. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, give the children some hope, fellas. Come on. Yeah, alright! The kids are gonna go to school today! Woohoo! Kindergartens and high schools and like university for everyone! Free education! The child laws be regulated. You kept your promise and avoided unnecessary chaos in the city. Trust rises. I see. Alright, that was totally worth the investment. But now we have to build a new school. But do I have to build a new school? Yeah, let's see. Well, how many heat stats now? Okay, minus 0.0. Not too much here. Oh, now it's decreased to 14 per week. Okay, I got plus 3 materials here, so... Yeah, we're expanding a little bit further. No. I can't decrease any further. Let's see. Which one should I sacrifice? Nope, not that one. Ah, man, running a city is really hard work, guys. Let me check the building. Do I have to build a school? No, there's no like school I have to build, okay? The learners can build their own school with their own private funding, okay? But I still have to provide public governmental share for
teacher salaries, tuition covers for poor families, maintenance costs, and school supplies.
Hold on a second. Alright, let's see here. Maybe I should expand food just I have to wait for it to increase a little bit, 14 per week. Well, good investment in keep. Oh shit! 1990, and I got entered the University of New London. Okay, maybe we should tone down emergency shifts here. So, let's see. We'll be full of 4 fountains. Oh, crap. Let's see. Active. Distant. Oh my. This ain't good. Maybe I should pass funerals after this. Alright, I forgot. I need to grant agenda. The promise of New London's kept. The New Londoners are delighted that you kept your word. They now look upon your rule more positively and consider you with greater integrity. Because you kept your promise to use grant agenda on New Londoners, the riches of New Londoners have improved. Trust rises. I won't let them do your head with your rubbish. Oh no. Oh crap. Someone's not very happy about mandatory schooling. They always find it's good filling your head with government lies or something. Or bring it ethics. Is it wise for the steward to listen to them? The steward promised them some nonsense. Yeah, no. Yeah, this is the same old garbage. Let's see. Oh god, I bet that parent here is like some sort of like early proto-anti-vaxxer or something. Horrible. Let's see. No. I hope the Frost Kings hurry up with their expedition. I really need some new people over here. Let's see. Maybe I should start expanding a little bit more. Okay, let's go wait for this to reach 50. Let's pause this over here, and let's see. Expand the food district. Maybe over here, here. Oh, that's expand. So, whoopsie. Oh well. And let's see. We still got a little bit extra room here. I think I like took too many people from the prefabs. I think this one's expanding a little bit. Let's see. Alright, that should do it. Okay, now I'm getting down. Let's just a little bit down here. We're going to get 290 workers. No. Maybe increase it a little bit here. Maybe turn this off for now. Yeah, I need a little bit more people. Okay, looks like my trust is running full here, which means I can do whatever I want. Well, most of anything. Alright, mobilizing forces. Let me check the crime race here. Slightly increased by cruise security, slightly increased by feral children, decreased by gas laws, slightly increased by the city population size. How do I deal with the crime here? Crime increases the population. More people means more trouble. Lack of goods intensify the problem that empowers people will commit acts of crime with desperation.
You know, you think that with the ongoing apocalyptic winter outside, everyone, including the criminally insane, will be much more willing to stay home. But I guess if you crave tender warmth from a fancy radiator, a hot meal, or pleasures of the flesh, you'd be tempted to risk your life and frostbitten limb, moving from a cold poorhouse to an even colder jailhouse. Guard SWATs and satisfy demand for goods are main ways of combating crime. You can strengthen those methods or provide new ones in the idea tree and the council.
High crime rates increases invention and reduces population growth. Crime also causes various recurring events, including injuries, deaths, tension increase, or citizens joining the faction or desperation. So basically, in order to gain protection from the gangs, they join the gangs and stuff, and then they start showing people for some goods and some heat stands, and everything goes topsy-turvy. And everything gets run by the freaking crime lords. We gotta smash that house out. I think we should focus on the goods. Let's see. Such majestic music. Mine is too cold. Hell, it'll last for 83 weeks. Maybe tone this down. Oh, no, that's good too much. Maybe we should wait for this to expand a little bit. Then I can move some workers around. Okay, while we're on that level, let's talk about the meso level of attitudes and FROSTPUNK. So, in the meso level, there are specific dynamics within organizations, communities, and groups of special interests, such as New Londoners and Stalwarts. Now, what do we expect within the meso level side of attitudes? Well, there's going to be decentralized decision making, as we already seen in the council. Now, in the workers' councils, which only exist in more socialized colonies, they have people independently make decisions for the labor force population as an alternative to worker strikes, though these still require approval from the top administration. Upon the death of the captain after 30 years of ruling, a new parliamentary council consisting of delegated representatives was formed to replace the dictatorial system, with the steward acting as the prime minister of the governor of New London, as we have already seen. Another meso-level aspect of societal attitudes is business wrongdoing. See, during early stages of generator construction, some corporate capitalists exploited the impending Great Frost for their own selfish interests and negatively impacted society, such as misleading progress and financial reports in construction, penal colonies, which then evolved into the panopticon, that would be y'all IC prisons, stock manipulation, such as buying your own stocks to artificially boost share values, rigging union elections, such as choosing pro-corporate Titan representatives, and of course, rationalized healthcare, which bans any sort of healthcare services to penal laborers. Other criticisms also include lack of safety regulations and neighbors' working conditions, bribery of political representatives, weak on healthy rations such as gruel, sawdust, bread, lack of comfortable living spaces, class segregation, excess compensation to engineers, and corporate theft. And of course, there's going to be some propaganda coverage. State-owned newspapers, pamphlets, propaganda speakers, and magazines attempt to provide only positive coverage of their city's progress and encourage the work ethics among their citizens to maintain function in citywide order. In spite of their propaganda, the public discontent intentions in the form of strikes or protest rallies do occasionally occur and gather more attention than state-owned media. Informal news outside of state control may still come in the form of letters, word of mouth, or private telegrams. Such as when the lone survivor of the witch hunt came to New London and tell about how their own city got pretty much befuddled up and everyone starts going to a friggin' panic. And then starts to lose hope. Look where we are now, fellas. Whoa, look at that. Look at the train, guys. Look at that. Is that train? Oh, yeah, look at all the train. Let it go, guys. Let it go. Population increase. 1,193 people will live among us. Alright, yeah, that means more workers. Woo, yeah. Oh, but that means also more housing. At least that compensates for the deaths. The city grows! Population growth, oh no. Steward, our new town has revealed a significant growth in our population in recent weeks. Some attribute against the rise of an influx of settlers from the Frostlands. Woohoo! We got immigrants there! Woohoo! We got more migrant workers! We got some housing debt. Others burst in outnumbering bed deaths. Whatever the cause, we have adjusted our calculations of the city's needs to reflect the new numbers. 1,193 more people live in the city.
I see.
Alright, finally! Now I can put my people to work. Then here's 100. Oh, hold on a second. 100 here. Yeah, alright, 120. Yes, that's a good. Pretty fast. Oh, hold on a second. Sit over here. Alright, more goods. Should I increase? Ah, that. Okay, maybe not here. Okay, maybe let's tone it down a little bit. Oh, right, food, of course. I forgot about that. We can tone it down a little bit. Yeah, maybe not here. Okay, let's see. Heat demand is on the rise. Okay, maybe a little tap over here. We're only pretty even. Let's see. Okay, guess we'll have to build a new housing district. We need 200 workers and 40 heat stats. Which one should I touch down here? Okay, maybe a little bit down. No, not here. Maybe turn back on the emergency shifts. Then I can cut it down a little bit. Yeah, right there on the money. And then, let's see. What's going on here? Okay, now Sinkfield, 38, a housewife, worried about her son looking for a culprit. Well, Joey's been counting all night. His forehead's hard as a generator. It's the Turners. I know it's dead. They got that new flavor, and there they are, scrolling about the neighborhood carrying on their business. They're killing people, that's what they be doing. Oh, Lord, please, Lord Almighty, I cannot stand to lose another child. Someone's going to get it proven. A lot of laws regulating contagion prevention is calling attention to rise for the city. Oh, Jesus Christ. The next law we need to pass is about contagion prevention. Okay, at least the food system expanded a little bit, so we got that one going for us. Which one should we expand next? Okay, let's start expanding on the housing. 40 heat stats. Okay, maybe we can start asking for taxations. Tax the immigrants. Raise funds. Yeah, what about this one? Raise funds. 246. This one. Okay, this one has the most heat stats. Well, what about the Stalwart stat? Okay, this one is the difference. Okay, let's tax the new Londoners. Raise the funds. They trust the steward will spend them wisely. Of course, on new housing for our new friends in the districts. Housing districts. Oh wait, hang on, I need a frostpunk first. Maybe around here. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. Alright, that should do it. And maybe frost break a little bit more here too. Oh, not here. Maybe closer to the fertile soil. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, wait. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Oh, that's it. I can't take it a check mark. A little bit closer. Okay, there we go. But that should do it. How long is the food supply? 181 weeks. And we're stagnating in the goods department. Alright, what else is up now? Is there anything else? No? Okay, now speaking of which, it's time to talk about the third final level on the societal attitudes here, and that's going to be a micro level. And that micro level focuses more on individual citizen interactions and the ongoing thought processes among those citizens. You see, self-interest is a key factor that influences attitudes towards survival and acts as a preliminary motivating drive to gather essential resources, thus encouraging them to engage in work. Everyone thus works at their own self-interest and provides stimulus to the growing operations of the economy. Though it may be perceived as selfish greed, a moderate level of self-interest can have a positive effect in producing wise and experienced pursuit towards survival for the entire group. Some critics claim that self-interest, if left unchecked, can become twisted into crude, malicious, and possibly dumb historical traits associated with totalitarianism or religious fervor. I'm looking at you, New America. In summary, though self-interest can provide a positive motivational factor in human survival, it can also be a negative force of vice, which can affect the attitudes of citizens towards society. And to top it all off, I'm gonna leave this with a very most important quote from the RBC Wealth Management Andrew Portillas. Failure in itself may not be a catastrophe, but still, failure to learn from failure is. And with that, let's continue on with our agenda. Man, I need some cocoa after this. Wow, look at all the highways, guys. I can see the sipping collections and zipping food on the roads. Awesome. Alright, now let's see what's wrong. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, we got workers here, absolutely. Okay, maybe we should increase. Oh, there's not enough. Alright, let's see. Which one should I do next? How much fervor is there? Okay, not good. Okay, just checking. Okay, maybe it's time we mobilize. So, let's mobilize the first servers. Plus 5 cards, class. Alright, I should do it. Full stewards, join guards, crack down on crime, and obey stewards' orders. Alright, I should do it. Squad, this now. Cracking down on all children here. You're jealous little brats. Send them to reform school. Okay, I think we're good here. Yeah, we just need to build more houses, that's all. I think we'll have enough once the frost making this done. Okay, now time to build some new houses. Let's see here. Housing district. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Check mark. And maybe expand on the food district too. Let's see here. Oh, we need 600 workers for this. Okay. Uh-oh. Which one should I redistribute here? Okay, not that. Which one should I take down? Okay, not this one. Maybe I should build a new coal mine. Just coal mine. But maybe we could just cut down here. And then build a new coal mine. Just coal mine. Oh, I said, just coal mine. Right there. There we go, that should do it. And then wait. Oh, that one's going a little bit faster than expected. Probably because all these new migrants coming up with the construction here. The research is almost done, which means I can go on to look into foreign additives. Oh, all heat recycling is now complete. New law proposed by our frostbinders. Okay, let's see. Recess in 2 weeks.
And 2 days.
Infectious agents, the first cracked! Uh-oh! Steward, during a routine medical examination before my sun works, a small group of frostlanders refused to be assessed.
These checkups are relics of years past, when a cough could endanger the city. That's gone now. We've adapted.
One said.
No point continuing this invasion of privacy.
Yeah, this is so what I'm talking. There's gonna be challenges and invasion of privacy if you enact some security into your city here, fellas. This is what I talk about the missile level of attitudes towards society. The stewards maintain outright our physical assault and ensure the safety of our workers. In this budget, we monitor our citizens' health. One foreman pushed back. We've had epidemics in the past. We must not allow another one. Totally, guys. Allow mandatory checkups. For the sake of the safety, no one can afford to be bashful. Just some good problems will go into the decision. Relations improve with the New Londoners and the Southerners. Bad mandatory checkups. Workers can determine their own health. The attempt to fraud or support this decision, but relations will worsen with the New Londoners and Southerners. Do not interfere. We have more pressing matters to deal with. Worse than relation of all communities. Yeah, we gotta check up on everything, okay? Even though you are like totally immune to the disease that you have, not others are very resilient in their own physical health, okay? Because you might spread it to someone who doesn't have the same immunity as you, so you should try to isolate yourselves with those already afflicted with the disease. Yeah, that's alright, guys. It's totally mandatory, guys. We're just following protocol, nothing else. But, okay. When's the next session? 1 week, 5 days. Okay. How are we doing already? Okay, I think it's time we. Oh, 7 Adventure is sick. Oh, that's a good. Let me check this one. Okay, at least we got the advanced coma here. No, that's good. 274 words. Alright, I think we should focus on the food situation. So, we need 600 workers. Damn. Let's see. No. Anyway, I can increase trust. We need to suck on the trust a little bit more. Let's make a Alright, I forgot we need to pass the forage attitudes, of course. Okay, resources. Let's see. Frostland. City. No, where is it? Society. No. Codes. Heating. Or maybe it's hot houses. Yeah, let's look into hot houses. Biowaste hot house. Or chemical hot house. Biowaste hot house. Industrial-sized hot houses where organic waste ferments into large vats, fertilizing revolving shells of crops. Yeah, okay, basically you're just using dead animals and dead people as fertilizer. Yeah, just like in the last game. Increases the food productivity by plus 70 to food, but also increases disease. Unlocks an excessive fertilization distributability, which increases food output and disease. Chemical hot house. Industrial-sized hot house where chemical nutrients are injected into the tubs of crops to accelerate growth. Basically, fixated nitrogen based on the agro process. Oh, it's a law. Okay, that's what I meant. Gases and uses what do we do? We got food additives, forage additives, or chemical additives. This is a bunch of fish hanging around, and some berries, and this is a bunch of chemicals and bottles. Wait, is that a cocaine pill bottle? What the hell? That's from the FROSTPUNK last auto. Yeah, this one. Definitely this one right there. You had to wait 1 week to pass that one, so. Alright then, we'll worry about that one later. First, we have to build a new food district. Alright, 600. I forgot about that. Okay, which one should I sacrifice here? No, that's that deactivated. No, not this one. Alright, you need like 100. Alright, let's see. Maybe cut down here. Okay, there we got 700 for the fortune workers, which means I can focus more on the food here. So districts, food district. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Check. Alright, that should do. Council in recess. 1 week, 1 day. New law available. We're 6 days left, guys. Let's see. Richard is dead. Okay, still civil. I didn't see these under construction. 2 more days. Come on, come on.
Children caught idling during school hours will be punished.
Oh my gosh! This internship based on consultation by new learners. You are accepted! Alright, yeah! Ooh, lots reported. Let's vote! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! I gotta need to get this machine running, baby! Come on! Woo!
Glory to the proletariat class!
We got promoted progress, everybody! Woo! Yeah!
An hour-long break for a machine, an hour-long break for me.
Okay, let's check the idea tree. Hold on a second, let me check my promises. It's just the 4 attacks. Okay, I thought they were gonna announce something. Okay, work compensation. Now let's focus on that. Efficiency bonus. To encourage competition, the city will allocate special bonuses to the people who work double as efficient. Causes 50% boost in product efficiency. But there's no negatives. What else is there? No insurance for this, yeah, of course. Let's focus on health, guys. We're basically running a little bit of emergency with health here, so maybe let's build some hospitals around here, fellas. A teaching hospital. Hospital outfitted with dedicated equipment and facilities to provide medical education and training to students. Disease is significantly decreases, and research rate also increases, but also causes 20 more heat demand. Will regularly cure a significant number of sick absentees, unlocks preliminary triage testing ability, which decreases the disease, but results in deaths. Just a regular hospital, an institution that provides medical treatment to the sick and injured people to speed up their recovery. New learners agree with this idea. Will regularly cure some sick absentees. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, what's the difference? Oh, it just needs more workers, that's all.
Based on the idea description provided, this teaching hospital must have an operating theater where medical students, surgeons, public spectators, and professionals can observe the surgical operation for educational, training, and research purposes. Since this medical center must provide both healthcare to patients and medical knowledge to the public, teaching hospitals are always affiliated with university institutions and thus built adjacently to medical schools. This would mean that university undergraduates from the New London Research Institute could be hired to work and train in hospitals under professional tutelage before they can be promoted to master-level physician assistants. As modern medicine progressed further since the Victorian era, the popularity of open public operation theatrics would start to wane for the following reasons. Patients who undergo surgery in an operating theater may feel discomfort and anxiety from being dissected or amputated by doctors as the whole public audience gazes at their naked body. While some medical students would attend operating theaters for a visual learning experience, most of the attending public just visit the teaching hospital out of macabre and morbid curiosity of the human body. Once anesthesia was introduced and became standardized practice in operating theaters by 1917 though, the number of students attending public surgeries would decline, because the theaters slowly became devoid of the spectacles of screaming, wailing, and bawling of the conscious patients undergoing vivisection. Moreover, professional surgeons realized over time that successful operating procedures on an unconscious patient occur under careful precision and with extended timing, which ruined the fast-paced drama associated with pre-modern surgeries without anesthesia. As germ theory became more widely accepted, more operating theaters had been built and renovated to increase distance between the surgeons and spectators. Some were fitted with glass barriers and windows to prevent oncoming drafts, dust, and germs from contaminating the operating area. Nowadays, in the real world, most modern operating theaters are fitted with remote cameras that can record live surgical operations, where they can be viewed online or on a different monitoring room.
Let's research this idea. Let's see. When's the next section? 9 weeks, 4 days. Okay, next one is gonna be about soon machines will take it. We'll have to go to the left. Yeah, you're thinking like way too far ahead of yourself, dude. Oh, come on. It's not like there's gonna be a time where people can actually remotely see you go to the bathroom with certain freaking ocular and telescopic tubes or anything. Damn it, how I got the fucking flu. On the bright side, at least we have enough housing, so. Okay, let's see. Okay, this one's almost complete, so I better expand a little bit more. And. Alright! Maybe expand. Oh, wait, there's no more expand. We need to frost it a little bit more. Alright, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, that's it. Maybe expand the district just a little tiny bit. Expand. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Check. Ah, man, we're out pretty fast. Damn it. We're only making 3 per week. We didn't boost on the prefab production failures. Okay, let's boost here. Well, let's see. I don't think that's wise. We're on 100 on the emergency service over here. Oh, no, the exploration is complete. Deposits are running low! Oh shit! The coal is running out! Steward! Some of the coal deposits in the district will still run out! The Stowers and new Londoners believe they can use explosives to access the invaders of coal! Oh yeah! Yeah, we're gonna agree on the dust coal mine with the Frostlanders. The Frostlanders say we should send children for Miss Orr in the tighter tunnels. Some did this as kids themselves in the abandoned mine outposts and they survive unscathed. Yeah, that's lucky for you, but what about the other children who didn't survive creeping down the freaking tight tunnels? Let's ask about them. Oh, wait a second. You can't. They're dead. Should we support any of these ideas and extend deposit? Lay explosives. Access liberal resources. Available coal and all deposits will increase by 10%. Recruit child volunteers. Volunteer children, mostly from Frostlander families, will work in the new narrow tunnels. Available and all can increase by 20%. Avoid all risks. We should not risk any drastic action. There must be other fuel sources out there. Coal deposits will remain at current levels. Yeah, let's lay down some explosives. Okay, let's hope our workers' rights laws are very well enough to ensure the safety for all of those demolition experts here, okay? Come on, what's the worst that can happen? Alright, let's check out this one. The rusted engine. A jettisoned secondary engine of a dreadnought. Under its hull, we found a core, an irreproducible component from before the frost that we can use to power our most advanced technology. Fissures in the ice suggest the dreadnought traveled to the frozen bay a long time ago. Dismantle the wreck. Good. These parts are too rare to leave behind. Plus 2 cores. Let's do it. Okay, where should we go first? The old observatory. This tower structure often attracts outcasts and scouts who would rather live in the cold isolation than follow the laws of New London. The settlement has declined since the collapse of the observation tower. Some may be willing to reconsider their situation and join us in this city. Alright, you immigrants! Abandoned coal mine. A mining complex inhabited by children a long time ago. Oh, I remember that story from the Over the Edge DLC. Over the years, they grew older and became citizens of New London. The last miners were ordered home by the captain, but we know some coal remains in the shafts. The approach trail is in poor condition, but we found a warehouse with prefabs the captain intended to use to improve it. We could take them, or leave them to place, if we want to use the mine again. Take the store prefabs, keep the prefabs where trail rate is, or come back later. Let's see, take the store prefabs. These components will help us maintain New London. Using the mine will take more Frostland teams, plus 300 prefabs. 5 Frostland teams. Future miners will surely appreciate the maintained trail. Using the mine will take fewer Frostland teams. You know what? Keep the trail. We need to make sure our resources remain sustainable for as long as we can. Build a trail or skyway. Oh, we have to do that. Settlements. After researching a settlement heating idea, or in the heating category, outposts in Frostland can be turned into permanent settlements. This allows you to build a furnace to sustain a small but stable population, which will provide a permanent output of resources. To construct a settlement, you first need to connect it via skyways. Ooh, like one of them ski lifts. You also need sufficient resources like cores and prefabs. Keep in mind that establishing a settlement requires setting a certain proportion of the city's population there. Aw, man. Settlements can be upgraded further, which increases their output and makes them resistant to whiteouts. Oh, okay. Oh, I gotcha. Ah, man, I need to research the skyway. Chill construction costs 10 frostland teams, 25 heat steps, and 5 prefabs per route segment. Basic quality trade route, allows shipping, 250 units of resources. Oh, trail construction. Trails. Trails is a basic type of connection which allows you to send resources between different places in the Frostland and are required to operate outposts. To start building a trail, click on the trail button. You can also start a trail construction from the panel of the settlement that requires an outpost. Trails are built in sections. While the construction of each trail has a fixed Frostland requirement, each section will increase the cost of building the trail. You can build a trail between any point you want to connect in the city. Alternatively, you can use existing connections and end the trail at any point of interest, or such as this outpost, or another trail, as long as it still provides access to the city. Once researched, you can construct skyways instead of trails to transport more resources. Skyways increase outpost efficiency and capacity of the resource transfer between the outposts and the city. Whoa, interesting. So basically like a zip line for the cargo. That would be freaking awesome. Oh, it reminds me of those virtual skyways for that game. What is it again? Death Stranding. Yes, of course. I remember now. Very expensive though. Connect trail. Output 250 coal. Yeah, let's work on that later. Let's see. What about this one? Escort willing in Frostlander. 2,883 Frostlanders. Bring in critical code 1,000 return. Let's do it. Okay, we got 5 Frostland teams left. Build the trailers, connect trails. Oh, we need 10 Frostland teams for that. Damn it. Okay, I guess we'll come back later then. Return to the city. Oh, a second, let me check this one. Refugees, top left 3 days. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, that's pretty quick. I don't have to wait too long. Oh, they got lost along the way? Oh, come on, come on. Alright, we got, whoa.
1,494 workers.
Woo, yeah, alright. Alright, let's see. Where should I expand? Okay, we're running low on the prefab, so maybe a little bit here. And let's see. My name actually Jess.
I hate you.
Okay, that's not gonna be enough, so. Okay, check. Oh, 66, 44. Alright, that's good here. Maybe I should build another industrial district. I mean, 600. I need more prefabs. Damn it. Oh, minus 40. Okay, maybe add a new coal here. Extraction district. 600. Let's see. 4 per week. Yeah, we're running low on the prefabs. Just roll on. 10. Okay, we need to increase our food production here. Requires 50 prefabs. Yeah, we need to bring back the prefabs number again. Sorry about that. At least I got a relationship with Star Wars is devoted. Alright. Okay, shit. Yeah. Research. Oh, teaching hospital, of course. Yes, I forgot about that. When's the next council? 5 weeks. Okay. Let's see. De-radicalize stuff. Okay, no, not now. Raise funds. Okay, maybe I should raise the funds from the Stout. So 180. Oh, that should do it. They trust us to spend on license. And maybe not tax the Frostlanders. They're a little bit on the edge if you catch my drift. Okay, let's check the Frostlanders details. Let's see. Which one should I do next? Will a trail or a skyway? Yeah, maybe later. Let's do a little more exploration around the Frozen Bay. Possible findings. It's just another for 2 weeks a day. It requires all turn. Yeah, maybe later. Man, my left leg is going very numb from all this unforgiving cold. Okay, I might need to expand new housing districts. Okay, let's see how much we can cover this thing. Okay, that's very much. Yeah, let's see. Housing district. 200 prefabs. Damn it. I should have expanded already. Damn it. Okay, let's try expanding over here. Then we'll have infinite amount of food later on. There we go. Let's see. Well, I should build a very permanent source of food outside the city, but that's gonna cost so much. Yeah, let's connect the trails. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me move down a little bit. Yeah, I'll direct power over here. Oh, I have to get it to this point. Just cancel that. Maybe over here. Let me check the tutorial again. Okay, like that, here, and then here. Okay, I see now. Wait, I can build in sections. Here, 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 and here. Not here. Oh, I had to do it over here? Damn it. Let me cancel that. Here. 2, 3. Here. Okay, check mark. How much that's gonna cost again? Let's see. 100 heat stats and 20 prefabs. Alright, I think we should be good on that part. Frost making here. Let's see. Oh, we got 2 cores. Uh-oh, quarter season heat demand has now increased. Shit! Now I gotta expand on my coal mine. I need to get some more. Right out here. Yeah, this is really tricky. Okay, I just like expand on that part. Yeah, okay, maybe that's an emergency. Shit, Here. I should probably develop some relationships with them. Try to keep my trust as high as I can. Let's make a promise. We just liberate you, pay that census, pass infectious mass. Contagious people will be required to wear a specific badge that allows others to limit their interactions with them if they deem it inappropriate.
Oh, so it's like the Instant Trace Electronic ID Contact Tracing Badge, an invention developed by the Holland company Fleetwood Electronics to keep track of infected employees during the Red Plague.
Fleetwood Electronics Instant Trace Badge is worn like a regular employee ID, but this one flashes red and vibrates when workers are within 6 feet of each other. The badge also tracks how long workers are within close range of one another and stores that data, which can be quickly accessed by approved managers if an employee is sickened by coronavirus.
It's almost a luxury of being able to work out of our homes. For people that work in manufacturing plants, that work with their hands, that make things, they don't have the ability to just stay at home. They have to be on site. And so we feel like it's our obligation as a leadership team to make sure we're doing everything we possibly can to create the safest and healthiest environment possible for our employees and their families.
Disease is decreasing, but the tension is slightly increased. Wait, let's check on the disease. Oh, shit, cold. I don't know what to do, fellas. Uh-oh. Okay, we gotta find a way to increase our coal. Jail construction. How long is that's gonna take? 2 weeks, 4 days left. Okay, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, we're just stockpiling on materials. Uh-oh. Shelter scarcity. Yeah, I might need to build more houses. They're very important. Oh, I need 200 prefabs. Maybe I should expand on the prefabs, and so I can build more prefabs. Genius! Goes a little bit further. Pause it here, and then expand just a little bit. Let's see, where should I expand? Hold on a second. Okay, maybe over here. No, not here. Here, that's increased score. Maybe here, here. And then check mark. I think we're doing good, guys. Okay, attention's a little bit boring over here. How should I increase my... Oh, crap! Oh, you're not looking too good for fellas. Oh, right, forge additives. Right, of course, I need to pass that law first. Of course. Let's see. Deradicalize. That's not doing anything drastic yet. Let's just focus on our coal situation here. Uh-oh, it's gonna run out soon enough. Deposit is nearly depleted. How much longer do we have left? Let's see. Oh no, 24 weeks? That's not good. As soon as this is over, we need to smash like this and construct a new coal mine. How much do we have time for this? Uh-oh, 47 weeks? That's not good. I need to look for more prefabs. Let's see. There's lots of materials.
Do not waste time on repairs. A new model is safer than a repurposed one.
Okay, we got it. Okay, food additives, yes. What we're supposed to pass is the forage additive.
Also known as organic fertilizer, these natural ingredients for crop growth consist of living or formerly living materials, such as feces, branches, feathers, leaves, vines, sawdust, or animal carcasses that decompose into fertilizing mulch. If mixed thoroughly within the soil, the organic waste can decompose properly and emit an earthy, musky scent within the hothouse, contrary to a rotten, pungent smell as commonly believed. Organic compost helps promote the growth of nutrient-enriching or nitrogen-fixating microorganisms that convert atmospheric nitrogen into amino acids, plant proteins, and chlorophyll for the plants. Organic compost is also free of artificial toxic contaminants and presents a low risk of nitrate and phosphate runoff seeping into the hothouse springs groundwater lying underneath. Due to the limited organic resources remaining in the barren frostlands though, the organic compost will contain much less concentrated levels of nutrients. Since its chemical composition and content is difficult to quantify, there is no measurable method of determining how well the organic soil would enhance crop yield production. Feces-based fertilizer may house harmful bacterial and viral pathogens if not well heat-treated and thoroughly broken down within the compost pile.
Let's propose a forage act. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think we should be able to pass a little bit. Going on 54 for it, and everything are a little bit hesitant over here, so maybe we should try to negotiate. We're mostly against this sort of law. Okay, Londoners, what am I supposed to do here to vote for this? Advance. Boil my last battery or advance making nice sawmill. Advanced blasting coal. Operated using high-power explosive charges to maximize mining efficiency at the cost of significant oxygen emissions. Squad significantly increase. 60 materials demand. 300 workers required. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. Let's try voting on it, okay? Let's roll the dice, fellas. Let's propose. And vote. Come on. Let me put my grandma inside the garden bed. Come on, guys. Come on.
The delegates have...
The Frostlanders are delighted you kept your word. They now look upon your rule more positively and consider a leader with integrity. Relations with Frostlanders improve. Trust rises. Alright. Crisis averted for now.
To feed everybody, we need only our hands and brains.
But don't you need a whole body to enhance garden fertility and growth?
Uh-oh, what's going on now? Okay, what do people feel for law?
What do you forage from ice and snow? Are they insane?
Polar bear food, ooh, yes, finally, new teaching hospital. But first, let's see what the hell the people are complaining about. Ruby King, age 27, the apothecary. Daring to dream. For years, suggesting anything against the captain meant closest scrutiny from the stars. But despite the bullshit proving from their bloody speakers and the agitators, we managed to find our own way. Kept to our principles, stay frugal, put families first, watched out for our neighbors, continue our traditions. Now we have a council. Maybe it's time for us to stop dreaming and make a change. The council has inspired people to suggest new ideas about the city's future. Alright! Oh shit, what the hell? A new voice, the Pilgrims. Neutral. 651 Frostlanders have organized into a faction. The Pilgrims form a resilient spirited community held together by the bonds of tradition.
So they're kind of like the Israelite Samaritans with their free pilgrimage festivals, or the Hajj pilgrims of Islam who travel to the Kaaba within the Mecca to march around and later kiss or point towards a giant magical black stone so as to absolve themselves of their sins.
They dislike mass-produced scooters, mandatory schooling, and machine-centric shifts. Their manifest allocation, the generator is a monument to arrogance. We must cast it off, adapt, and become free. Become radicalized.
They remind me of the technophobic Luddites who would smash factory machines for putting them out of the textile business and lowering the product quality of their goods.
Waste converting, heat recycling. Equality. Individuals should give to the whole all they can and they take it from what only what they need.
Oh, I see. It's like Lenin's Podravurska or food apportionment policy, but in lieu of confiscating grain and produce from prosperous peasants, it's salted meat, sawdust bread, and cloudberry soup.
Contagion prevention. Support quality. We must must tread low path or risk plunging into a abyss. Unlock, deploy guides, community action, experience progress with deep knowledge of the frost will guide us scouting.
Oh, here, Scotty! Wait for me, man! Eh? God, Johnny, aren't you even the slightest bit cold? No, not at all. I'm sweating like a pig, man. Why, you feeling a little bit chilly, are you? Here, Scotty, do you want to lend me shirt, like?
The Good Relations Perk. Scout volunteers provides Frostland teams.
Time for our final checks.
What?
Let's have a look at some of this good old British equipment, shall we?
Righto, Captain Scott, sir.
Thin woolen jumper that freezes when wet.
Check.
Scratchy woolen trousers, guaranteed to cause a rash.
Check.
Agonizingly hard leather boots.
Just put them on, sir. I've got blisters already.
Top hole. Insufficient food supplies.
Check.
That better not have been my half of the apple. Absurdly heavy wooden sled that sticks to ice.
Check.
Hardy sled dogs, perfect for the South Pole's weather conditions.
No, certainly not, sir.
Ha ha! Well done, Otto boy. Nearly got you. The Norwegians use those.
The big girls.
Poor quality horses, ill-suited to Antarctic terrain.
6, sir.
Better make that 5. Right, that's it. I think we're just about ready to go.
Let's show those Norwegians what for, sir.
Tally-ho!
Sometimes I think with all this top-notch equipment, sir, it makes adventuring almost too easy.
I know what you mean, Otto boy. I know what you mean.
She. Oh, crap! The Pilgrims!
My mommy says she wishes you were dead.
Adapt, the frost humbles all are equal in the frostland, so that none look round and guide us. The way this guy wears his friggin' black frost gas method really creepy me the fuck out. Okay, let's see, the races are worse. Okay, agenda, demand funds. No, I don't want to do that. That's gonna make it too worse. I don't want the Civil War on my hands. I might as well try to discuss about ethics, since we're
already at the point where we have to make very tough decisions during intense negotiations.
What are ethics? Well, ethics are a set of rules, standards, or principles used as a guideline for moral decision-making and expressing truthfulness in a wide array of situational dilemmas. There are 3 levels of assessing ethics. Number 1, awareness. Leadership must be very well aware of the moral and ethical implications of the situation and the responding actions. Lack of awareness and knowledge does not equal lack of responsibility. Awareness is always key to ethics, just like I'm aware of every stakeholder out here who has different ideas on how the city should be run. Those who take a moral approach to ethics will disregard all responsibilities in decision making. If you ignore the issues and fail to address them, you're gonna have a rise in public discontent and rise in tensions as well. Number 2, assessment based on influences. Ethical decision making and responsive actions are based upon influence from individuals and society. There's like 2 types of assessments here: value judgment and moral standards. Value judgments are subjective evaluations of what is considered important based on the leader's own intuition of what goals are righteousness and goodness.
For example, a boss who values the lives and physical well-being of workers would implement safety procedures so that workers will level up in future experience, thereby raising productivity in the long term. A boss who is punctually sensitive and values the essence of timing would pressure workers to hasten construction, foregoing or delaying any maintenance and repair procedures, and extending work hours to appease the tycoons, and also be well prepared for when the Great Frost engulfs the entire planet.
Moral standards. A set of means based on the individual's own judgment of their actions and the other actions set according to society's cultures, country, and time period.
An example would be the uprising exploitation of child labor during the prior stages of Britain's Industrial Revolution in the late 18th century. As cities grew larger in size at a rapid rate during Victorian times, businesses perceived the hiring of child employees as a good way to teach the young generation on the benefits of hard work. In addition to that, poor families expected that every member should contribute to the family income to keep stability in their weak financial situation. However, as the public gradually became aware of the grueling and unsafe working conditions, and more workers began to engage in union rallies to protest their treatment under the crony capitalists, the government began passing the first, albeit very weak and unenforceable laws to restrict the exploitation of child labor. As the automaton and industrial factory technology improved during the near end of the 19th century, the demand for educated engineers from well-established businesses had risen, which in turn prompted the government to pass laws on compulsory schooling of children at an early age to better provide opportunities of future advanced employment, thereby significantly shutting down the supply and demand for child labor.
Number 3. Assessments based on principle,
which relies on
detailed systematic analysis or assessment of ethical implications. They are based on the application of ethical principles to evaluate outcome of decisions or government actions. However, conscious efforts must always be made to identify and analyze the pros and cons applied to all citizens, as you have already seen throughout this gameplay. As the wise management guru named Peter Drucker once says, management is doing things right, but leadership is doing the right things. So remember, do the right things for the right reasons, not the wrong things for the right reasons. And I'm just gonna paste a table here to further illustrate the 3 levels of ethical thinking and awareness. Okay, now that we got out of the way, let's see, how should I improve my relations with the pilgrims? Should I make a promise or go to jail? Let's fund your projects, okay? Yeah, let's make them happy. They will spend it to advance their interests. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, our crisis is mostly averted. For now. Okay, you know what? Maybe the next one should be about, health. How bad is it right now? It's fine. For 2 weeks now. Let's see. Maybe later. Yeah, let's focus on that coal here. Oh, that's gonna be running low very soon enough. How much time we have left? Oh, crap. Oh, at least the sky was complete. I bet and mine outpost has now been active. Alright. Well, let's go to Frostlands here. Let's see what else we can explore. Oh, we need to find them. Let's see. What's that over there? Makeshift shelters. Overpopulation and dwindling fuel reserves force many residents of New London to take refuge in these temporary shelters built around a small hot spring. Ooh, what content for everybody! Woo. Its inhabitants wait for conditions to improve enough for them to return. Take those New Londoners back in. Oh, yeah, we need more workers. 2,765 New Londoners. Let's do it. Yeah, we're gonna increase the input here. Okay, let's see. Let's build a new housing district. Gosh, 200 pretty fast. Come on. Yeah, that's an extraction district. Oh, it's gonna run out really soon enough. Maybe it's better to rebuild a new industrial district. Yeah, I think we might have enough for this. It is need to wait for it to reach around 600. Once the refugees start coming to our city. Alright. We got
2,171 workers.
Woohoo! Yeah! Now we can build an industrial district. Very good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me move up a little bit. 5, 6. There we go. Maybe build some new housing over here. I need 200 people. How much am I making? Oh, 25 per week? Okay, alright. We just need 4 weeks. Uh-oh, it's running loud. Fire in the shaft! Coal is running out! Steward, a fire has broken out of the coal mine! And we don't react will lose the mine along the deposit! Some of the stars engage in a rescue effort just as we can still save the mine by cutting off the air supply to the shaft and suffocating its flames. But some miners are still making their way out. It's gonna suffocate them too! Oh shit. Oh crap. You see, this is the thing about ethical dilemmas. Just because you're a good person doesn't mean you're a good leader or a good ethical one at least. See, various different influences from families, friends, and close ones may not be enough to guide yourself to dilemmas. It may be very hard to justify your actions based on the others' advice or innate feelings. Different influencers may disagree with your decisions, regardless of your intentions or reasonings. Thus, a structured approach to ethical decision making based on solid principles is required to propel yourself to ethical leadership in every sort of situation. Now, always beware of the dangers of basing ethics solely on influencers. This is where we have to avoid what's known as ethical relativism. Ethical relativism is the belief that ethical answers lie around the personal reference points and no universal standards exist to guide or evaluate morality. In other words, ethics is relative and people/organizations can set their own standards on judging behavior. The critique behind ethical realism is that it lacks rigorous analysis of circumstances, consequences, and consistency of outcome. For example,
Get on with it!
Block off the air supply, which would surely kill some of the miners, or evacuate the workers. No matter what we say, the dust coal mine will be destroyed, and the district's remaining coal will reduce by 50%. You know what? People always come first. If we have enough people, then we can later use them to construct a new coal mine, because we're probably running low on that anyway. So, oh, thank goodness they're out! Thank the heavens they made it. Phew. But the mine, the coal, no freeze! Ah, quit being such a baby. This coal mine is being demolished. Yeah, we're running low on coal here, so don't worry, fellas, we're making a new good extraction industry, okay? Calm your frozen tits. Let's see, I'll need 150 prefab for this. Okay, I'm not constructing a new coal mine, then I'm gonna end this episode here, okay? Okay, alright. Uh-oh, you're at me, Ellie. Okay, tensions are pretty low. Okay, guys, okay. Alright, okay, phew. Don't worry, guys, I'm on the case right now. Alright, so. First, maybe build a new district. Okay, but maybe no. Okay, we're going to boost our production here. Let's see. Yeah, I know we don't have much coal right now since the mine has been destroyed. It's for the best, guys. Yeah, we don't access to resource deposits. Yeah, I might as well dismantle this, so let's demolish this. Yeah, we don't need it anymore. Yeah, sorry about it, fellas. We're getting rid of it, guys. Guess we'll have to make a new coal mine, fellas. Okay, let's see where we can frost break. Where we got here. Let's expand it a little bit more. Oh, we're not doing it. Oh, sick, yeah. And not this one. I gotta look for more coal seams. Hold on for a second, fellas. Oh, sick. Heavy increase here. And energy shifts. Oh, just barely. Oh, prefabs right there. We can expand our prefabs. First, let's frost big around here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's see, what else is there? Okay, need 150 prefabs for this. Okay, we're pretty close. Okay, it's taking a really long time. So let's fast forward a little bit. Oh, got 200 new prefabs. Alright. Okay, B. And then extraction district. Then build a couple mines over here. And check mark, and then frostbake a little bit more. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Check marks. Where are the houses? That's food district. Stand a little bit more. Oh wait, there's not enough room. Maybe a little bit more here. Okay, you know what? Maybe I should stop over here because I'm like way past the 1.5 hour. So. Oh wait, hold on, let me check. Oh crack. Herbert Hoover, for free, the prospector, mourning the loss of our coal mine. I should be dead. I was lashed out of the shaft. I heard a crow behind me. All that coal burning up, enough to support the city for months. Now whenever I go through the streets, I see all those young faces freezing over. I wish I could go back and shove the damn air myself. But I'm here, so I'll work until I die. The mines or I see those young faces go low. The city will need even more fuel as the temperature drops. Oh crap. Well guys, this has been a very depressing and sad episode. It's part of my effort of trying to preserve life as much as possible. Well, if you think about it, what good is life if worth living if there's nothing much to live for? And you're on the brink of like dying in very dire, sad, heart-crumbling circumstances, and knowing that your whole entire city is gonna turn into a very icy, cold skeleton. So remember, fellas, you don't have to live in New London, you don't have to work in New London, you don't even have to follow me in New London. You can just get out here and sing yourselves and move to another more successful, prosperous city than New London if you want to. But if you still want to stay here and try to keep this city as alive as long as possible, well, in spite of how miserable and wretched your life is right about now, then go on right ahead. This is Young Steward Z, signing off. Until next time, so long. And remember, stay frosty, fellas.